massive ground invasion of the American heartland. Lives are changed forever when enemy forces descend upon the town of Calumet, Colorado. This is the startling premise of the motion picture Red Dawn. Red Dawn is the story of 8 teenagers whose lives are transformed by the ferocious conflict which entraps them. Making the film on location in Las Vegas, New Mexico, involved transforming the town and its surrounding area into a war zone. The young actors in the film experienced transitions of their own as they became caught up in Red Dawn's chilling scenario of World War III.
I have no reality on being invaded. It's kind of like, oh, nobody will do that to the Americans.
This is a movie about World War III, not fought in a nuclear way, fought like a regular war.
It's just basically the fact that these 8 children, really, when they start out, have to become partisans and have to fight to defend their land.
I really feel strongly for the way we do this, as far as going up in the hills and becoming a fighting force on our own. I think I feel strongly about doing that myself if this situation were to occur in my hometown.
War can be such a hell on who are really involved, which is the young kids of our country. I mean, it's like...
Plus, it's something that we stood up for, too, The kids are standing up for their rights.
Yeah.
And it's done in a way where it could be real.
I just want to go home.
As Calumet student body president, I forward the motion that we give ourselves up.
I second the motion. We can't stay here. We need stuff, and...
Sit down, Danny. My family would want me to stay alive. Your family will want you to stay alive. I mean, you think you're so smart, man, but you're just a bunch of scared kids. Sтой! Черт тебя возьмет!
The theme of lost innocence that is so much a part of Red Dawn is also a part of the overall vision of director John Milius. Milius is a seasoned hand at telling large-scale yet human war stories. As the writer-director of The Wind and the Lion and co-writer of Apocalypse Now, Milius utilized his background as a military historian to create realistic wartime scenarios. For Red Dawn, the director traveled to Washington, D.C. to consult with experts on modern warfare.
The purpose of the meeting was just to try and develop an overall scenario of what events would have to transpire in order for this to happen.
First wave of the attack came in disguised as commercial and charter flights, the same way they did in Afghanistan in '80. Only they were crack airborne outfits. They took these passes in the Rockies.
So that's what hit Calumet.
I guess so. The Russians need to take us in one piece, and that's why they're here now. That's why they won't use nukes anymore, and we won't either, not on our own soil. Whole damn thing's pretty conventional now.
What started it?
I don't know, 2 toughest kids on the block, I guess. Sooner or later, they're gonna fight.
That's simple.
Maybe somebody just forgot what it was like.
When I first came here, I had a lot of nightmares about going through training and seeing the town, the way they dressed it up and the way they blew it up is really scary. Just the images of the Russian flags in this small American town is terrifying to me.
It's still staggering when you see this stuff. It really brings it very close to home and makes it very scary. It's like I might be very paranoid after this film is over.
This movie is real attractive to me because there's not very many parts for women that are this assertive and strong. We're certainly not victims. We take our own life into our hands. It's insignificant that I'm a girl in this movie. I don't feel like a girl in this movie. I feel like I'm just part of it.
What's the difference, kids, huh? Tell me, what's the difference between us and them? We live here.
The country itself plays a real character in the movie, the continent itself. It's important to show the war here, that the Russians are here, that this is, that we aren't inviolate, that we can lose everything. back at history, sometimes things that turn world events are very small. Battle of Britain, Stalingrad, single actions like that change the course of history.
Wolverines!
As a group of kids, we would rally behind our high school mascot. We spray painted Wolverines on tanks and buildings after the ambushes. You could say it became the signature of our group.
It's kind of hard to step into a movie with 8 people and just say, oh yeah, we've all been friends all of our lives.
It's almost mandatory that we have to get together and get this close in order to, because as a group in this film, we become very tight. We live together, we fight together, we suffer together, and the only way to create that kind of relationship is create that kind of relationship in real life too, to a degree.
Why kids? Well, kids are innocent and they have their lives in front of them, and they haven't had the chance yet to mess things up like the rest of us, you know.